that something in the future? 68 one more time. The Triple G
I'm
was
not
up.
going to 68. That's out.
So Virgil was just putting it out there?
I mean, I heard something about it. I didn't read the whole book, but I'm not going. Like I said it before I moved up, and I wasn't playing like. That was a real opportunity for him to take that fight. He didn't want the fight, or whatever the case. He wanted to push it out 2-3 years, and I'm not like once you go up, you can't come back down. So I'm not. You know, if he wants to come up, that's another story. But I'm not going back down.
So what is life after Coach Love?
I can't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. You know, I got to lock in, and it's a serious fight. There's a lot at stake, and I got to condition my mind to go to war one more time. And you know, so I can't juggle what's next. I gotta really stay locked in on this.
Okay, the art and science of boxing. Most boxing fans and even sports writers, they look at the greatest fighters as the knockout fighters, but we know in boxing is the art and the science. And you seem to know the art and the science, and it seems like you don't get the just respect you do for knowing that, because the perception is a great fighter is people who knock somebody out, but in reality, a great fighter can adjust. He's in the ring to hit the other fighter and not get hit. Could you kind of explain to, I would say, the sport of boxing fans and as writers, the true art of boxing?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, man. It's you know, everybody loves knockouts. That's kind of like, you know, the thing over the last, I don't know, 10 years. I mean, if you look at a guy like Floyd and him not getting his respect after all he's done and after all the guys that he faced, you know you're dealing with an animal, so to speak, in terms of the perception. But you know, you look at the greats. You know, some guys are boxing punchers. Some guys are just great boxers. Some guys are just punchers. I think if you love the sport, you love it all. You know, you may have your favorite. Like I love a guy that can get a guy out of there in one round, and that's cool. But if you truly love the sport, you love it all. You love the boxer. You love the boxing puncher. You love the puncher. So yeah, it's stuff you got to deal with, perceptions and different things like that. But the guys that learn the science of the game, those are the guys I see go 10, 12, 14 years, and a lot of them still have their scruples and have their brains when it's all said and done. Because one thing you got to remember is, yeah, you can go to the well time and time again, but when it's gone, it's gone. And you'll see people turning this business quick. Like, oh, he's washed up. Like, whoa, this dude just had one bad fight. Like, give him a shot. But that's what you got to deal with. So I think for me, man, it's about longevity. And I don't, you know, I don't run. I do what I got to do. I do both. You know, I'll bang heads. I'll be right there with you. But then if I know I can outsmart you, you know, why wouldn't I use that? So I try to be what I need to be in the moment, like with the Kovalev situation. It's a perfect example. You know, that's what it took to win the fight.
Andre, you've been criticized for not being as active in recent years. Do you think it's going to be different now that you're more active?
I mean, I've been pretty active the last 2 years.
I think so as well.
Yeah, I've been pretty active. So, you know, I mean, I don't even know how we can talk about inactivity. You know, I've had 3 fights last year, and I'm coming right back 4 months later. You know, it'll be 6, 7 months by the time the fight comes. But I've been consistent the last couple of years. But hey, you guys know why. And you know, it's probably a blessing in disguise. I probably gave myself two years. You know, I've been doing this a long time, so it's not where you want to be. You never want to lay off. If that stuff can save a career, man, give you another couple of years.
Andre, you cleaned out 168. You took out the top guy at 175. Are you the best pound for pound fighter in the world?
I mean, that's what the list says. I don't know. That's what the list says.
Are you the best light heavyweight since Roy Jones? And if you fought Roy Jones at 175 in his prime, how'd you do against him?
That's hard to say, man. That's like blasphemous to me.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Roy was a dangerous man, period. I just put it like that. He's a dangerous man. I don't even know. I don't even like to tout myself against guys that I looked up to. It's hard. I just respect him. I give him their place, and you know, I let the fans and the media, you know, debate that stuff. It's fun to see you guys debate it and talk about it, but like I can't even like think about that.
He's so unorthodox in the ring. He beat somebody hard to plan for it to fight.
Yeah, but that dude, man, he was country strong. He was unorthodox. He hit you with something, man, and he'd be asleep for 2 weeks. Like how did he get that off?
Yeah, or a body shot. What he hit Virgil Hill with?
I mean, he did everything wrong right. That's why I fell in love with his style. I was like, man, this dude is breaking all the rules, but he's getting away with it. And he's got swag. So, yeah, Roy's on another level, man.
You ever adapt anything in your game to what you've seen with Roy? Or?
Yeah, I was a lot like Roy. A lot like Roy. I had the hands out like this. You know, I'm leaping with the left hooks. I mean, I fought almost exclusively like Roy. And then Verge had to, you know, tell me, said, son, I know this your guy, but you got to develop your own style. So I've slowly gotten away from Roy's style over the last 10 years. But when I was an amateur, man, yeah, I fought just like him.
Andre, Orthodox fighters switch southpaw against other Orthodox fighters. What does that do? I mean, you did that, I think, a little bit against Kovalev, and we saw, again, back to Danny Jacobs do it and have success. What does that do mentally?
It's tough to deal with. Like, a lot of guys will switch because they're trying to rest or they're trying to buy time. But if you can switch and be effective, that's hard to deal with because that's not what we train for. We train for a right-handed, but if you're effective, that's tough to deal with. You can see the look on their face, like, whoa, you know, they're trying to process, boom, then they get hit. Now they, you know, it's a lot, bring a lot of confusion.
Is that going to be in your cookbook possibly in June 17th?
Man, I can't do that. We'll see. It's possible.
Thanks a lot, Dre.
Appreciate y'all. What's up, big man? How you doing? What's your name? Good to meet you, man. You got a question? You good?